Hello, Biz 1111 students. In this video, we're going to look at various methods for collecting primary data. First, let's recap what primary data is. In Learning Outcome 1, we introduced research designs. We talked about choices you had to make for strategy, interference, setting, your unit of analysis, and finally, the times that you would collect data. In Learning Outcome 2, we looked specifically at using secondary data in order to help you with your research. Next, we're going to learn about primary data sources throughout all of Learning Outcome 3. Remember that primary data is collected firsthand for analysis. Because it is original data, it can be tailored to the specific purpose of your research study and your research problem. The formal definition is data collected firsthand for analysis to find solutions to the problem researched. There are many different types of primary data, but the ones that we're going to examine in this course are interviews, observation, questionnaires, and experiments. If you're not sure of what type of data you have, all you need to ask yourself is, did the user of the data also collect it? If the answer is yes, you have a primary data collection method. In terms of where we are right now in the course, here are the research design choices that we made in Learning Outcome 1. Right now, we're looking specifically at data collection methods, this part highlighted in red, throughout Learning Outcome 3. To quickly remind you of what these data collection methods involve, this table briefly explains the collection methods we'll learn in the next couple of lessons. The first is an interview. These are guided and purposeful conversations where the researcher can collect more in-depth information about people's opinions or feelings. We call this qualitative data. Using interviews are ideal when you're in the exploratory stages of research because you can use the discussion to try to learn more about what you should ask others or investigate further. Observation is just what it sounds like, that you watch, record, and analyze people's behaviors, actions, or even events. Observation is the best when you want to gather data about people's behavior without asking them specific questions, so you can actually get information about how they work in their natural environment. Questionnaires are pre-formulated written questions that allow respondents to record their answers. They're different than interviews because instead of having more of a conversation where you get more in-depth information about people's opinions or feelings, in a questionnaire, people usually select from closely defined alternatives, so usually multiple choice or some kind of rankings, and they're best when you have to collect large amounts of data, and usually when data is quantitative. So that could be numbers, like people's ages, how they feel about service on a scale of 1 to 10, etc. Lastly, we will learn about experiments. They're used when you need to control various variables, and they're the only type of primary data collection that can be used to establish cause and effect relationships. Please try the learning check questions at the bottom of your lesson page to practice identifying these various types of primary research methods.